Jealousy is often treated like a joke, a harmless emotion, something dramatic but ultimately innocent. But what if jealousy isn't small at all? What if it's one of the most misunderstood and dangerous emotions we carry? Behind many broken relationships, silent suffering, and irreversible decisions, there is not hatred, there is fear. Fear of loss, fear of replacement, fear of being forgotten. Today, we're not talking about drama. We're talking about emotional jealousy, where it comes from, why it hurts so deeply, and how it can quietly take control of a life. Here is a disturbing statistic that most people hear and immediately forget. Nearly 40% of murdered women were killed by a current or former romantic partner. When these cases are examined closely, one emotion appears again and again: jealousy. At first glance, jealousy seems harmless, a little tension, a little drama, something that adds suspense to movies and television. But that illusion collapses the moment you look deeper. Emotional jealousy is not a passing feeling. It is a psychological state, complex, layered, and potentially destructive. In fact, it is one of the most painful emotions human beings experience, not because it is loud, but because it quietly attacks the core of identity. Jealousy is not one emotion, it is a storm. Fear of loss, anger at replacement, sadness over imagined futures, disgust at betrayal. At its center lie two powerful forces: the fear of losing what feels irreplaceable, and envy, the pain of watching something precious move into someone else's hands. Envy itself wears many faces. Sometimes it turns inward, draining energy and hope. Sometimes it provokes self-improvement and competition. And sometimes, in its darkest form, it becomes hostile, fueling resentment and revenge. This raises a crucial question. Why does jealousy quietly pass through some relationships, while in others it erupts into obsession, control, and emotional chaos? The answer often begins far earlier than the relationship itself, in childhood. Early emotional bonds teach the nervous system what love feels like. Some people grow up learning that closeness is safe and stable. Others learn that love is unpredictable, fragile, or easily withdrawn. And some learn that dependence is dangerous, so they rely only on themselves. These early patterns do not disappear with age. They resurface under pressure, especially when love feels threatened. But attachment is only part of the story. Each person carries an invisible life script, a set of unconscious beliefs about who they are, what others are like, and how relationships usually end. People always leave. I am replaceable. Love requires sacrifice. Closeness leads to pain. Jealousy does not create these beliefs, it exposes them. This is why jealousy hurts so deeply. It is not only the fear of losing a partner, it is the fear of losing dreams, memories, identity, and imagined futures. It shakes self-worth, it fractures trust in oneself. And when betrayal enters the picture, everything intensifies. After betrayal, the mind becomes a surveillance system, searching, replaying, analyzing, returning to the same evidence again and again. Once the truth is confirmed, emotional order collapses. Anger surges, shame follows, self-blame creeps in. How did I miss this? Was I not enough? At this point, jealousy stops being a feeling and becomes a condition. It invades sleep, appetite, concentration, and peace. Life begins to orbit around a single wound. Healing does not come from control, punishment, or constant suspicion. It comes from awareness, from noticing patterns, from questioning automatic thoughts, from listening to the body's reactions, from recognizing which old emotional wounds have been reopened. The path forward is not about eliminating jealousy, but about understanding its message. Security cannot be built by monitoring another person. It can only be built internally. Writing clarifies chaos. Movement interrupts mental loops. Connection with safe people restores perspective. And perhaps most importantly, letting go of the fantasy that love should be flawless. Love is not heaven. It is a relationship between imperfect humans shaped by history, fear, hope, and choice. Jealousy, then, is not an enemy to be destroyed, nor a proof of love to be glorified. It is a signal. Ignored, it corrodes. Understood, it transforms.
If you want more content like this, clear, honest, and grounded in psychology, hit subscribe and join the journey, and becomes a doorway to emotional clarity.